George Lucas's favorite Clone Wars episode was an odd one. George Lucas, being the creator of Star Wars, always tried his best to make the highest quality Star Wars and, most importantly, try to tell the story of Star Wars to its best ability. The Clone Wars show that he and Dave Filoni created had 6 seasons when they finished the show. Now first, what is George Lucas's favorite Star Wars movie? Well, he says he likes them all equally and can't decide. Though for the Clone Wars show, he does have a favorite episode, and it's kind of shocking. Popular guesses of what his favorite episode could be: maybe when Ahsoka left the Jedi Temple, when Yoda helped the clones defeat Asajj Ventress, maybe the Dagobah episode, or maybe just a simple mission between Anakin and Obi-Wan that builds their characters. Well, no, and it's not even close. George Lucas's favorite Clone Wars episode is Season 5, Episode 11, called A Sunny Day in the Void. What is this episode about? Well, this episode is part of a 4-episode arc, so I'll fill you in what happened in this arc. So Mace Windu preps a couple droids on a mission. These droids will all be led by this alien who's about 3 inches tall. He's kind of like Plankton. The droid's mission is to infiltrate a separatist ship and steal information that will help turn the tide of the war in the Republic's favor. So somehow these droids and the Colonel alien, who technically fought in the Battle of Geonosis, but in reality he was just a map reader. So under Colonel Gaskin's command, the droids steal plans and are flying back to the Republic. However, they encounter massive ice spikes everywhere around them when they're flying back. The ship collides with one of these ice spikes, and the ship is now crashing. The droids attempt to fix the damage, but can't. They crash land on the planet Abathar, called the Void. Now, the first 5 minutes of the episode was the crew crashing, and the rest of the episode has them walking around in this void. The void's ground was snow, and there was nothing no matter where they looked. The Colonel had a disagreement with a few droids, and the Colonel and one other droid split off from the others. This reminds me of A New Hope, when R2 and 3PO split off. Similar to A New Hope, after both teams travel for a while, they eventually find this rundown city together. I don't even think I can call it a city. This rundown outpost has one place for a ship to land and consists of just food and shelter. The locals all ended up on this death trap for some reason. However, that is the end of the episode. That is the end of George Lucas's favorite episode. And I'm so surprised because the episode after, the Colonel and the droids are running around the city and they find a clone commando who crash landed and lost his memory. I thought this was the more interesting episode. However, in conclusion, George Lucas's favorite Star Wars episode is what many people might consider their most hated one. If you haven't watched it, I recommend checking out the episode just to understand what type of Star Wars George Lucas likes. Well, with that all the way, remember, trust only in the Force.